If someone asks you a question, then immediately changes the subject before you answer. They're using a manipulation tactic on you. And there are 6 more you need to know. Manipulation isn't always obvious. It's not the movie villain twirling their mustache. It's your coworker, your friend, sometimes even family members. And the scariest part? Most manipulators don't even know they're doing it. They learned these behaviors subconsciously. But once you know what to look for, you'll see them everywhere. These are the 7 psychological tactics manipulators use, based on actual research from social psychology. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to protect yourself. Let's start with the most common one. Tactic number 1. The foot in the door technique. Here's how it works. Someone asks you for a tiny favor. Hey, can you watch my stuff for a second? You say yes. It's small. No big deal. Lean in, but here's what's happening psychologically. You've now established yourself as someone who helps them. Your brain wants to stay consistent with that identity. So when they come back with a bigger request, actually, can you give me a ride home? You're way more likely to say yes. This was proven in a 1966 study by Friedman and Fraser. People who agreed to a small request were 3 times more likely to agree to a larger request later. Real-life example. A toxic friend starts by borrowing $5. No problem, then $20. You already helped before, so then $100. And you feel guilty saying no. How to spot it? Ask yourself, would I have said yes to the big request if they asked first? If the answer is no, someone just used the foot in the door on you. How to protect yourself? Treat each request independently. Don't let past favors guilt you into future ones. Say, I helped before, but I can't this time. Tactic 2. Gaslighting, making you question your own reality. This is when someone denies something they clearly said or did, making you feel crazy. Example conversation. You said you'd be here at 7. Them, no, I never said that. You're remembering wrong. But I, them, you always do this. You twist my words. Now you're defending yourself. You're confused. Did you actually misremember? That's the goal. They're rewriting history. The psychology behind it. Gaslighting exploits your trust and self-doubt. The more you're told you're wrong, the more you doubt yourself. Classic gaslighting phrases. That never happened. You're too sensitive. You're imagining things. Everyone else agrees with me, not you. How to spot it? You constantly feel confused or like you're going crazy after talking to this person. You find yourself apologizing even when you didn't do anything wrong. How to protect yourself? Keep records. Screenshot texts. Write down what was said. When your memory has proof, gaslighting doesn't work. Trust your gut. If something feels off, it probably is. Tactic 3. Love bombing followed by withdrawal. This is massive in toxic relationships. Phase 1. Love bombing, they give you intense attention, affection, compliments. You're perfect. I've never met anyone like you. We're soulmates. Feels amazing. You're hooked. Phase 2. The withdrawal, suddenly, silence. They go cold. Stop responding. Act distant. You panic. What did I do wrong? They come back. Give you crumbs of attention. And you're so relieved. You accept less than you deserve. The psychology. This creates what's called intermittent reinforcement. The same principle that makes gambling addictive. You never know when the reward, their affection, is coming, so you keep trying. How to spot it? Extreme highs followed by unexplained lows. You're always working to get back to how things were in the beginning. How to protect yourself? Healthy relationships are consistent. If someone's affection feels like a roller coaster, get off the ride. Tactic 4. Playing the victim to avoid accountability. You confront someone about something they did. Instead of addressing it, they flip the script. You You hurt my feelings when them. I can't believe you're attacking me. I'm going through so much right now. Shake head. Suddenly, you're comforting them for something they did. The psychology. Manipulators use guilt and sympathy as weapons. By playing the victim, they avoid taking responsibility, make you the bad guy. For bringing it up, get sympathy instead of consequences. Classic victim phrases. After everything I've done for you, you're so ungrateful. I guess I'm just a terrible person then. Nobody understands what I'm going through. How to spot it. Every conversation about their behavior becomes about your behavior. You end up apologizing for bringing up your concern. How to protect yourself. Stay on topic. Don't let them deflect. Say, I hear you're struggling, but right now we need to talk about original issue. Tactic 5. The silent treatment. Weaponized silence. This is pure emotional manipulation. You did something they didn't like. Instead of communicating, they just stop talking to you. Show phone with no responses, no explanation. No warning. Just ice-cold silence. Why manipulators use this? It punishes you without them having to say anything. It makes you chase them. Giving them power, it trains you to avoid upsetting them. The psychology. Humans are social creatures. Being ignored triggers the same pain response in your brain as physical pain. Research from Williams and Nita, 2011, shows that ostracism activates the same brain regions as being physically hurt. How to spot it? They withdraw communication as punishment, not because they need space. The silent treatment is indefinite. They want you to come begging. How to protect yourself? Don't chase them. Reach out once. I'm here when you're ready to talk. Then give them space. If they wanted to communicate, they would. Healthy people use their words, not silence. Tactic 6. Triangulation, bringing a third person into the conflict. Instead of talking to you about an issue, they talk about you to someone else. Then that person comes to you. Hey, Sarah said you're mad at her? What's going on? Annoyed face. Wait, Sarah could have just asked me directly? Why manipulators do this? It creates drama and chaos. It makes you feel ganged up on. It avoids direct accountability. It damages your relationships with others. Classic triangulation. I was talking to Mark, and even he thinks you're being unreasonable. Now you're not just dealing with one person's opinion, but supposedly multiple people. Psychology. It's called social proof manipulation. If multiple people supposedly agree, you must be wrong. Right? How to spot it? Information about you keeps coming through third parties instead of directly. People are gossiping about you to you. How to protect yourself? Go directly to the source. Sarah, if you have a problem with me, let's talk directly. I'm not doing this through others. Tactic 7. Boundary testing. Seeing how much they can get away with. This is subtle but important. A manipulator will test your boundaries in small ways first. Examples. Showing up unannounced to surprise you, making a joke at your expense, then saying, I'm just kidding, borrowing something without asking, crossing a boundary you set, just slightly. They're seeing. Will you enforce this? Or will you let it slide? Serious, if you let it slide, they'll push further and further. The psychology, it's called incremental boundary violation. Like the boiling frog metaphor, if you don't notice the small increases, you'll tolerate much more than you would have accepted at once. How to spot it? You feel uncomfortable but tell yourself, it's not that big of a deal. They say you're overreacting when you push back. How to protect yourself? Enforce boundaries the first time they're crossed, not the fifth. I know it seems small, but I need you to respect this boundary. People who respect you will adjust. Manipulators will fight you on it. So those are the 7 tactics manipulators use. 1. Foot in the door. 2. Gaslighting. 3. Love bombing plus withdrawal. 4. Playing the victim. 5. Silent treatment. 6. Triangulation. 7. Boundary testing. Here's what I want you to remember. Not everyone who uses these tactics is a malicious person. Some people learned these behaviors from their own dysfunctional relationships. They might not even realize they're being manipulative. But just because it's unintentional doesn't mean you have to tolerate it. Your protection strategy: white heavy check mark, trust your gut. If something feels off, investigate. White heavy check mark, set clear boundaries and enforce them consistently. White heavy check mark, don't accept responsibility for other people's emotions. White heavy check mark, keep records. When dealing with gaslighting. White heavy check mark, communicate directly. Don't allow triangulation. White heavy check mark, walk away from people who refuse to change. You deserve relationships built on respect, honesty, and clear communication. If someone consistently uses these tactics even after you've addressed it, that tells you everything you need to know. Protect your peace. If this helped you identify manipulation in your life, leave a comment with just the tactic number. No explanation needed, I'll know what you mean. And if you want more psychology breakdowns like this, subscribe.